As I introduce this next speaker, I'd ask everybody in the crowd with the sign to please wave that sign right now. Let all the cameras see your signs, see your enthusiasm. This is a great time to... And how tough are these kids? Holy cow. They have not flinched. Thank you for that. And, this is a nonpartisan, bipartisan event. This isn't about left or right. As I said, it's about right or wrong. But one thing we know is that there are people coming after your jobs. They're coming after your ability to support your family. They're coming after the ability of people in Colorado like Sharon to pay for their energy. And the nature, I know your nature, the nature of us as Westerners is to fight back when people come after what's ours. So as I introduce our next speaker, all I'd say to you is one thing we all know is true, that it's very, very important to have a governor of this state who is going to stand up to the Obama administration and say no, who's just going to say no, and is going to do whatever he has to do to protect your jobs and protect your family. So as I introduce this speaker, please keep something in mind, and I can say this as a city kid. Miners have a special credibility in Colorado. Nobody questions your toughness or your work ethic or what you've been willing to do for the people of this state. So when you talk, people listen. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, after today, you make your own decision on who you want to support for governor, but after today, go out there and do everything you can with all the people you know statewide, anybody you've ever met, because this governor's race promises to be very close, and a handful of votes could make the difference. And if all the miners in this state get together and reach out to everybody their kids have ever played sports with, everybody they've ever bought anything from, and said, hey, I'm calling it in right now. You got to help me get this guy elected. It could very well swing this election. Now, I want to introduce to you a truly great Coloradan. I call him the Marlboro man without the cigarettes. He's a guy who has walked the talk. He's worked the tough jobs. He's done a great job. He's been so generous after the good fortune of his that was so hard earned. And here's the only thing you need to know about this guy today is he had the choice where he wanted to speak today. He could speak first. He could speak in the middle. He could speak when he got here, which was about 12 speakers ago. But he said, put me last. He has his priorities straight. He's a leader with a servant's heart. Please welcome Bob Beauprez.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's so good to be with you. Let me ask you to do one more thing now that you've had your hands in the air already. How many of you are coal miners or from a family of coal miners? How many? Keep them up. Keep them up. Barack Obama, these are real Americans and real American jobs. Keep your hands off our jobs, off our families, off our dignity of work. This is real life America. And these are real lives. I want to tell you about a real life. This was an immigrant who got on a boat in Liverpool in March of 1907. He knew that there were some folks from his little village in Europe, Belgium to be precise, that lived in a town called Louisville, right up that way. And so he made his way from Ellis Island out to Louisville. And he left his wife and their firstborn son in Belgium because he wanted to see if he could find a job and make it here. And you know what his first job was? He shoveled coal to the furnaces of a power plant. And he was successful enough at it that he did save enough money, figured he could make it here, went back home, got his wife, their first son, came back here and had 7 more kids, my dad being one of them. So I stand in front of you today because of a coal job. Coal in. And I'm grateful. And I'm grateful. You know, this isn't just some slice of theory that the EPA is talking about, that Barack Obama is talking about. This is real life, real America. This is at the heart of America. And if the president would leave the White House, stay off the golf course long enough, and come out to Moffat County, and to Routt County, and to Delta County, and to Rio Blanco County, he might see it. I don't know that he'd necessarily understand it, but he might at least see it. Now listen, if we're really going to be about all of the above, why do we take the biggest part of all of the above right off the table? We've got 25% of the world's coal. And right here we've got the cleanest, the highest quality coal in the whole country, maybe in the whole world. And this is not 1700s London, England. This is 2014 in Colorado, the United States of America. We have never used coal cleaner, safer, more efficiently than we do right now. That isn't something to punish, it's something to celebrate. If anybody ought to be concerned about the safety of being around coal, it ought to be you people. When I was in the dairy business, we had all kinds of people wanting to tell us how to take care of our dairy cows. I thought we did a pretty good job of it. I think you do a pretty good job of taking care of not only your corner of the world, but on behalf of a whole lot of the rest of us. Affordable, sustainable energy is the root of a growing, sustainable economy. How tough is that to understand? And when you've got 25% of the world's coal, and now we are blessed with the technology and the ability and the resources to utilize natural gas and oil, and yes, renewable energy, all of those better than we ever have, why would you handicap yourself? Why would you tie one arm behind your back? Why would you cripple the great American and the Colorado economy when it needs a helping hand the most? This makes no sense. You know, in addition to a real energy plan in America and in Colorado, what we really need is leadership. We are so devoid of leadership. People with a little bit of common sense, a little bit of a sense of reality, a little bit of a heart for real America, of you. We have a vacuum right now. And if the current leaders won't lead, some of us are willing to step forward and do just that. Ladies and gentlemen, if it isn't pro-job, pro-opportunity, pro-trusting in you, what in the world are we doing it for? But we've got government today on the people, not of, by, and for the people, and that's wrong. There are opportunities coming up. One of them is in November. This isn't a campaign rally, but I'll just leave you with an admonition as American citizens. Actions have consequences, and elections have consequences. And if you think that we have been a little short on leadership in Colorado, you've got an opportunity in November to take Colorado a different direction. You think about your responsibility between now and then. I'll be thinking about mine not only between now and then, but after then as well. Colorado and America deserve better than what we've been getting. With your help, we can get it back on track again. God bless each and every one of you.